What's going on, folks? Told you we'd be back. I'm Manny Vitale, host of My Fight Our War. Manny Vitale's Wolfpack, along with Thing. There you go.
Good evening.
That's Thing's voice.
Yeah.
Voiceover Thing. All right, well, when we parted ways, we were going over some of the stuff from yesterday. And usually on Sundays, we've got My Fight Our War going with other people's stories that they want to share. And we changed some schedules around, talking to some people, getting people set up. So that leaves today open for, well, we just threw it in as Silly Sunday. So there you go. And that's after yesterday, just kind of hanging out watching the Olympics, thinking it's just some of the weird shit that, just goes on with everyday stuff. Olympics, sports, anything that has to do with anything, there's always a funny or dark side or something part of it. So we started looking around at just different things and came up with stuff yesterday. And thank God for Heidi.
Mm-hmm.
Heidi popped on and was, let's just say if it was Jeopardy, she would have been killing it.
She played along.
Yep. Heidi was there. So thank you, Heidi. So
and say hello to Kelvin because he's probably listening.
Kelvin
Who
from the
gets it.
gym.
Mm-hmm.
Our brother Kelvin is every time I see him at the gym, he's like, why do you always go on when I'm busy? It's like, how do I know when you're not busy? And I don't know when I'm going on. Nobody does. It's just like the only time when it's for sure is when we have our guests all lined up on our Sundays, which is 6:00, which, as I said, with the last week or so during, with my issues with surgery, and then it's now with my hand surgery, and then just shuffling some people around because we had to redo some dates. You know what? It happens. So that's why, as I've said many times, I don't even know when I'm going to go live. I just have this little portable studio called the phone, and I just hit live, and there I am. So yesterday, it was the start of the Olympics. Well, Friday, with the opening ceremonies, which there have been a lot of mixed emotions on and stuff. And yeah, well, I'll just leave it at that because this is Silly Sunday, have some fun, and just leave it at that. But we were just looking at different topics, and I still, for all the women that laugh when guys get hit in the balls and they all think it's funny as hell, well, all of us guys, thank God that we're not women back in the 1800s when part of the medical equipment in the delivery room was a chainsaw. Yep. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In Scotland, the
1800s, man. For those of you who missed it, yesterday's recap was just crazy ass information that really no one knows about or cares about. But when you hear about it, you laugh your ass off.
You wonder how the Scots even made it to survive.
And it's just like, how in the hell did someone say, you know what? Hey, Martha's pregnant and we're going to have some problems getting this kid out. Give me that chainsaw. And then someone said, good idea. And the woman laid there and let it happen. So, yeah, for those of you who didn't hear it, man, back in the 1800s in Scotland, it would not be unusual to hear the doctor say, scalpel, or Daffy Duck, or what's that called?
Oh, I'm drawing a blank.
Oh my God, it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck. Oh yeah, and she's a nurse. Yeah, female nurse.
Speculum.
Okay, so we got the doctor saying speculum, scalpel, hot water, towels, chainsaw, chainsaw, freaking chainsaw, man, in the delivery room. Well, this will make things go quicker. You think, Einstein?
They cut through the symphysis pubis with it.
Yep. So for all of us guys out there, thank God we don't have a symphysis pubis. That would be something I don't want to chainsaw near. But since we were just rattling off that useful information, and we just had some, time on our hands, it was like, you know what? It went fairly well yesterday. Let's just, shoot out some more useless random information. And so feel free, to chime in, Heidi, or anyone else. If you've got some like just out there stuff that is like, that useless information, it's just like, why do I know this? For moments like this right
Mhm.
now, that you're like, "Oh, I could be on a podcast. I could be on the show saying, such useless information and it'll make sense." So there you go. All right. Well, let's see. Since we still got the Olympic stuff going. I've got some stuff here. It's really not like funny or just kind of, it's actual information, which like education, boring stuff.
Oh, it's nice to be educated.
Let's see. What was this one? The first, okay. Back in 776 BC, set the Greeks in Greece, the Olympics spanned 6 months. So the Olympics, that's how long, when they first started in Greece in 776 BC, that's how long the Olympics span, was a 6 month time span. And they had discus, chariot racing, and wrestling. So how that spread over 6 months, I don't know. And all of you right now are like, I really don't freaking care.
ESPN would have had a field day.
Oh, yeah, yeah. But this would not have been good for women. Why, you ask?
Here, why wasn't it good for women?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because they couldn't compete.
Oh.
No women. Sorry, if you're a woman, you couldn't compete in the Olympics until the 1900s. That's when they started letting women compete in the Olympics.
And if you watched this couple of fabulous women, it was the volleyball, the sand. What do you call it? The beach stuff?
Volleyball, beach volleyball. They just watched USA and Czech.
Yep, right. They
Czech something, not Czechoslovakia, Czech whatever it was. Just quick update: USA just beat them in 2-on-2 in the sand, so the women won. And let's see, what other fun facts do we have? The Olympics were banned by the Romans in 396 AD. Why, you may ask?
Why?
I'm glad you asked, because it was considered a pagan ritual. Evil. It was evil.
Some of my best friends are pagans.
Yeah, I knew some guys who rode in the pagans, but it's a motorcycle club, and we won't go there either.
They were banned in 396 AD too.
Man. So, I mean, don't everyone jump on here once? I know you guys are like, I've got something better than that. So if you do, feel free. We'll wait. And let's see. You know what? We're going to jump back and forth. We're not just going to waste all this amazing time on just the Olympics. Let's see. What else do we have in this pile?
We got a big pile of cat
We got a pile of stuff.
Pile of cat stuff.
Do you know that with all these different things with categories and sports and events, it used to be, track and field. It was figure skating. It was like all the, the different events when you would think of the Olympics. Well, back then they had, at one time, competitive art used to be an Olympic sport. I can draw Snoopy's head.
I can't draw anything.
I could draw a light bulb. Well, at first it starts out as a box, and then you put lines through it, and it's a fence. And then you draw a line up the middle, and it's like a tree. And then you draw a line around that, it makes it look like a light bulb. And then on the bottom, 2 legs, and then it's a girl bending over, pulling up her underwear. In fact,
like a teenage boy thing. You're not going to draw it. Okay, he's going to draw it.
Let's see. It'll start out like a box. I don't know if you can see it right there. Little box right there. Box. And then you draw, you know what, man? Get a
clean piece of paper.
Yeah. So it's a box. Then you take that, and then the teacher, they wanted art. So the little students, they went up one by one. He goes, add to it. He goes, okay, it's a fence. Okay. The other one goes, I can add to that. What's that? It's a tree in a planter. Okay. What's that? It's a light bulb.
A light bulb.
We got a light bulb.
Sure is a light bulb.
So little Manny, you're next.
Carol, he's drawing pictures. Oh no.
It's a lady bending over, pulling up her girdle.
Oh no. Carol, you came on just in time. Help me.
Hey. No, I should probably get in trouble for that or something. I don't know.
No, it's not exactly X-rated.
No, it was a box, which it was it was educational. They wanted to see what people do when they put their minds together. The first person went up to the chalkboard. So what are you going to do? They drew a box. Teacher, there's a box. Okay. Next student walked up. Add to it. What is it? It's a fence. Third one, it's a tree. Fourth one, it's a light bulb. Manny, what is that? It's a lady pulling up her girdle. Manny, can you stay afterwards?
Meet me in the
We're going to start this
office.
detention thing again for you. All right. How that happened, I have no idea.
Anyway, Carol's here to save the day.
Carol, thank you. Carol, did you hear about the chainsaw? Ugh.
Yeah, she was here yesterday.
Yeah, well, we're still talking about it. I'm still scarred. And,
Well,
well, actually, the women are the ones that scarred. We're traumatized. What else was I looking at here? We were going back and forth between just stuff to throw out there for people. Like I said, nothing in particular, just to have some fun. And we're jumping back and forth with Olympic stuff, with silly shit, with actually some informative stuff.
Cat stuff.
We got cat stuff, which because we got Susie the Wonder Dog, who has got some DNA of that in her. So we're just throwing a little bit of everything together. And if you have anything else, man, feel free to jump in. You want to discuss some stuff about the Olympics? Feel free.
And how many hours a day does an average cat sleep?
70% of the day.
Wow.
Cats spend sleeping. So Susie, you're doing just fine here. Let's see. We'll go jump into one more here before we start going. We'll just go back and forth. Did you people know lemons float, limes sink?
Huh. Okay. So people are going to run out and go.
So right now, how many people are going, you freaking liar? Let's see. And I don't know how many people have limes and lemons in their fridge, but I don't know. I mean, might as well. But hey, you know what? And of course, everything that we're saying, no, I don't know if it's 100% true, but it is on the internet. So if it's on the internet, it's got to be true. It's true. I saw it on Facebook. It's true. Saw it on Googled it. It's true. Let's see. What else we got? You got anything good over there you want to throw out or no?
Well, let's see. In an Alaskan town, there was a cat that was a mayor of an Alaskan town for 20 years. An orange tabby cat named Stubbs was the mayor of Talkeetna, a small town in Alaska, for 20 years. He had several uncontested elections, and although he didn't hold any legislative power, he was loved by locals and tourists alike.
Well, there you go.
Well,
so
that would actually make some of the arguments that go on in politics a lot quieter. The cat would just maybe snarl and growl and purr and be done with it.
See, and I always said that no politics and shit.
Right.
Well, you know what? Now we got, since it's who the candidates were, that'd be like Susie running. We're all good. All right, let's see. Now this one, did you all know? Next time you're at the bar, next time you're at a family party, next time you're just hanging out with whoever, just say, you know what? It's impossible to hum while holding your nose.
Everybody's going to try.
Well, give it a whirl there.
No, I'm making noise in the back of my throat, but I'm not humming. That's humming, and I don't have my no.
Yeah, only if we had that splitter right now to get that split screen going to see what thing was doing over there. I am going to just say that, yes, she did try it, and it did not work. So,
Yeah.
all right. Yeah, it's just getting better and better, isn't it, folks?
It's fun.
Well, you know what? See, we're just going to keep making up stuff like this and go in a different direction. So we start getting other comments from people that want to discuss some things, and we'll just keep rolling with it.
Yeah.
You know what? Because why not? Oh, let's see. We got that one going. Well, there's a lot of people probably know this. You see this when the athletes, especially when they win the gold medal. And you guys got this. Why do they bite down on? Well, you always see them chomping down on the gold. And why is that? You ask.
Why is that?
Well, I'm glad you asked. That's because back in the days, merchants used to get paid in gold coins, and to make sure it was real or not, they'd bite into it. And if it was fake, it would leave teeth marks in it. If it was gold, it would not. Which OG thought was just the opposite.
Yeah, well, what do I know?
But then again, she was sitting here holding her nose and humming. A registered nurse with all this education doing educational, try experiment.
Oh, besides Carol, Michael Warnstoff is on the board.
Michael, thank you for popping on, brother. How you doing? Hope all is good, man. And as you see, we are just in tune with the very serious side of life, talking about everything from why the Romans banned the Olympics because it's a pagan ritual, to women not being able to compete until the 1900s, and cats sleep 70% of their life. And OG cannot hum while holding her nose.
Something I never thought I would have to think about.
No. Let's see. What else you got?
Okay, fingerprint or nose. Your cat has their own unique print, much like we do with our fingerprints. A cat's nose is formed of a unique pattern of ridges, which are very similar to individual ridges of the human finger. So if your cat's going to be in trouble with the law,
you'll know, because I'll come back. Now it's computerized, but back in the day when I started with police, we had the old, rolling the prints, man. We had to roll the prints, and the all the fingerprints, the palms, the side of the hand. It was all inked up when we had bring them back into the turnkey before we put them in the cell. Now it's all computerized. So if your cats come home and they got ink on their nose, those little shits were in little kitty jail.
Mm-hmm.
So just remember that.
So how do they get them today? You said in the computer?
No, it's all digital. You just put your hands down and it just scans them. Just like, everything nowadays, it's all, just computer.
Okay.
What do we got going on?
Well, pick another one.
Okay.
Oh, Ginger Lynn is on board. She remembers rolling prints.
Yeah. See, now everyone, all this other stuff, people are like, yeah, I don't know. Well, remember back when we used to get arrested and all that shit? Yeah, you know what? And then you couldn't get that damn shit off your hands, and then then you wipe it on your shirt. I mean, not that, yeah, everyone chimes in. I remember that. Well, we'll jump right in with something. Did you know? Well, okay, OG, since you're an RN, ketchup was once sold as medicine.
Probably so. I would imagine. I don't know what medicine for, but what was it used for? Does it say?
No,
just it was.
I don't know. The person who printed it out didn't print that part. Who printed this by the thing?
Yeah, well, I'll have to talk to Thing later.
Yeah, because we've got all the answers, but
no background,
no backup on it. So
Ginger Lynn said she wasn't guilty. Don't they all say they're not?
Wasn't guilty? What'd you do? I'm innocent. I never met a guilty person who was guilty. Did you do it? No, I was framed. Okay. Dogs sweat through where?
Their paws.
You heard me say it.
Yeah, I think I did hear you say it.
Yep. So, we know when they got a cold nose, they're healthy and all that good stuff. And they got sweaty feet. That means they're good because they're sweating then. That's
they're sweating through their feet. Wouldn't it be dangerous when they're walking on a hot
Well, that's like they say, man, you can't keep their little foot pads, you got to keep them protected. But let's see.
What about
Did,
cats? Okay, Ginger Lynn wants to know where do cats sweat from. Do we have that?
well, I don't know who printed these out.
Well, I'm looking real quick to see if I can find it.
OG printed these out, and she's asking, "Do we have this?"
I didn't read them all.
No, we don't have this on here. But let's see what else we got. Let's see.
The oldest cats, everybody seems to think the cats were originally pets in Egypt. However, the oldest cats known pet cat was in predates Egyptian art, and the cats were over 4,000 years old in Cyprus. The oldest known pet cat existed 9,500 years ago.
So there you go. All right, Ginger Lynn's cheating. She's going to Google. I just saw something about Google.
Yeah, see if you can find out where cats
What
sweat.
does that say?
She said dogs can sense when a person is sick.
That's Michael.
Oh, that's Michael. Yeah.
Can sense when a person. But you know what, Michael? You know what? There was I can't remember what hospital it was at. I used to work at St. John Hospital, and this was back in the 80s before the police department and all that. And nowadays it's not uncommon at all to see these the owners walking around with these dogs. They're therapy dogs. They help calm patients down, with anxiety, with depression and all that. They're great. You see a lot at nursing homes as well. And I can't remember. I can't remember what hospital it was, but there was a dog. I don't know if it was someone's. I was allowed in. I don't remember the circumstances, but kept going by this one person's room and this specific patient. And I can't remember what reasons. There was something going on with the guy. I don't remember the specifics. It was so long ago. But then he would go into another patient, just random, but they were like the same, the same patients, like different days, but those same patients. They wouldn't go into any other rooms, this dog, except for those same patients. And then something happened where they were doing some testing, and both of those patients, after further testing, both had a form of cancer. And it was just very strange. And then something, I don't know how they just put two and two together about this dog. And they're like, you think there's something to this? And they had the oncology ward where they took this dog. And yeah, man. So, animals are amazing. Absolutely amazing. My wonder dog, Susie, all of my surgeries. Let's see. Since I've had Susie, I've had my right hip replaced, my right shoulder replaced, 3 back surgeries, 2 elbow surgeries, 2 hand surgeries, since I've had Susie in the last 2 years. And I've come home and she's just like right there. Like when it was my shoulder, she would go right up on me and lay right on that shoulder and just start her little massage in there and just start purring and lay right on that shoulder. And yeah, people are going to say whatever. And I don't care. Believe what you want to believe. After my shoulder was healing up, I was in the process of waiting on my first back surgery. And, I'm laying there and Susie would always lay like on my upper chest across my shoulder. And as my back got worse and worse and worse, she started laying right across my pelvis, which is right there, L4 and 5. Mm-hmm. And this past October, I snapped my left tricep in half at the gym and came home. I had to be at work at 9 in the morning. I tore it in half at 6 in the morning, came home and just packed it nice for a little bit. And it hurt like hell, man. So I'm sitting there. She jumped up on me normally, and I started sniffing around, went and laid right across my left tricep. So, people can say what they want, and that's fine. I'm not here to try to convince anyone. If you believe me, great. If you don't,
I can testify.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just these animals, that's like when people say, it's just a stupid animal. You look at the source and then you go, oh, okay. Look who said it. But no, man, I tell you what, as an animal lover, man, all of you as fur babies, they are our buddies, they're kids. And, that's, yeah.
Unconditional love.
Just sitting here recapping that. In that short time that Susie's been around, all those surgeries, it's just like,
maybe she's the problem.
No, man, it's just like I started getting achy. It's like, oh shit, I'm still sore from that. But
Ginger Lynn just broke her L1. I'm assuming the L5. Painful. Yes, very painful.
Yeah. I mean, anyone that any injury sucks.
Yeah. Oh, and
But
Michael,
man,
his Lily. I'm assuming Lily is, I don't know, dog or cat, would lick his burn scar.
yeah, I'm telling you, man.
Uh-huh.
You know, these it's just you'd hear stories about that as far as trying to like clean. You know, then you don't let that's disgusting. You know what, man? Look what happens when they show the birth of the animals. What does the mother do, man? They clean their babies. I mean, this is human nature, man. You know, they know what the hell they're doing, and but yeah, it's cool as hell. And animals, when it comes down to some of the stuff they're doing, and so when it comes down to people saying it's just a stupid animal, well, I think there's a lot of times I'd rather be hanging with that stupid animal than the individual who said it. So
Oh, Ginger, you had surgery. Are you gonna be, since we're a surgical kind of thing? Actually, if you know Manny for anything, anytime at all, you know he's had what 46 procedures now.
my left hand on Friday, which is doing so much better, starting to bruise a little bit more, but it's fine.
Ginger, you're gonna have surgery.
Um,
She was talking about that.
yeah, I tell you what, man, I've had so many like ortho joint replacements with the hip, knee, and all that, and bones and ligaments and tendons. But with my back, when you start getting, well, as Ginger, you know, man, you or anyone that's had back injuries, you're dealing with such issues with nerves, man. Because like on mine, it inflamed my L4 and 5, which is the tracking to the sciatic nerve. And you talk about freaking pain. And I've also EMT. I went through that. So I had my anatomy books, and you track where L4 comes out and where the nerve roots come out of the spine and all that good stuff. And you could follow it. And it went at perfect tracking. It went right down my right side, right down to the butt cheek, into the hamstring, down to the hamstring, down to the lateral side of the leg, into the knee, down the side of the leg, into the side of the ankle. And that nerve pain, man, was so intense. And but I tell you, it sucked. It sucked. Nerve pain in general just sucks. But so Ginger, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully
She's not gonna have back surgery, but she's gonna have nose surgery.
from your back to your nose.
Yeah, really.
Well, okay. Hopefully that nose is okay. But the heck do you do to your nose? What?
I thought, because I keep hitting my nose.
Oh yeah. Her nose, her toes, stay tuned. Oh, you know what? You know that if post what you want to post, that's up to you. If you want, you can throw it on Messenger. We'll just leave it at that, and we'll go to the next one.
Yeah.
Let's see. We'll get off the surgical stuff for a second, and we'll get down to some very serious stuff here.
She's got some health issues going on.
Hey, we all do.
Yeah.
That's why we're here, man. We're a family. We stick together. I don't care if it's your nose, your toes, you're cut from, just like with my low back up to the cervical, you're cut from asshole to appetite. Think about it. Low back to cervical.
Okay.
Your appetite, you eat. So you're cut from.
Yeah, it wasn't in any of the anatomy books I talked about.
Well, you never saw my books.
Hey, baby.
Let's get into some. Next time someone eat your vegetables, you want some tomatoes? Say, well, I don't want any fruit. No, do you want a tomato? I don't want any fruit. Why? Because tomatoes are fruit. So there.
And there's something about banana. Did you see something about a banana?
Yeah, I don't know where that one went. I think you might have it.
Maybe I left it on the cutting room floor.
Yeah, because there was so much thought that went into this. It's just funny stuff. All right, take it.
Okay.
Oh man, but seriously, Ginger, man, I'm sorry that your back is hurting, because that is no fun. No fun. And so we'll be thinking about you and sending some positive thoughts and prayers your way. You're going to be doing just fine. That's one thing with all of us in the Wolfpack and My Fight or War. We are tough. We're fighters. We don't quit. We don't give up, and we're there for each other. So you're going to be just fine. Remember that. And on that note,
well, we were talking about cats. When you're talking about the gym and muscles and things like that, cats have a total of 32 muscles in each of their ears alone. This allows them to swivel their ears to hone in on exact noise. All these muscles help cats rotate their ears 180 degrees.
You see them sitting there tuning in
Didn't
because,
know that.
well, this one is very intense. Now we're getting very serious. Did you know that Buzz Lightyear's original name was Lunar Larry?
No.
We should probably stop right there. I mean, it doesn't get any more in depth than that. Lunar Larry.
Didn't know that.
Mm. Yeah. So let's see. This is what people are, they're like, yeah, this is what we're watching now.
Okay. Well, Ginger Lynn just wanted to say the painkillers are an issue for her because of addiction stuff.
No, that's the thing, man. This is, you've got to be so careful. Just stay, my best advice is complete with your doctor, so everyone's aware of everything, because sometimes you go to the doctor and they might not know about some of those issues unless it got to a serious point where you're hospitalized and it's on your records. If this is something that's touch and go and it's not, it hasn't been reason to be hospitalized, then there's nothing out there. So if that is the case, please let your doctor know.
And if your liver's okay, even though people kind of go, but acetaminophen really does work. Not really sure how it works, but it does work. Or if your kidneys are okay, then you can take an ibuprofen or Aleve or any of the NSAIDs.
See, and that's the thing, yeah, definitely with that, dealing with anything with the alcohol, because it's affecting your kidneys, liver, pancreas. Trust me, all three of mine decided to say, screw you. And all three of mine stopped functioning, zero. Back in 2020, mine all stopped. And that's when they said, man, you got less than 6 weeks to live because your organs have now shut down. Obviously, I'm still here. So I have to be very careful, Ginger, when it comes to medications, acetaminophen. I mean, I could take Tylenol, but like the ibuprofen and all that, because of, my issues, mine are a lot with my kidneys. By the grace of God, man, not only did my numbers come back from being zero and non-functioning to practically, normal. The only thing that I have to keep an eye on is my kidney function, which is borderline right now. It's still good, but so just please keep in contact with your doctor, and so everyone's on the same page, and let him know everything. And this is your health. This is life or death. So please be careful with it.
But even when I went to an orthopedic doc and he said, because he knows I don't like to take ibuprofen or any of those, he said, go to your health food store and find some homeopathic kind of anti-inflammatories, which number one is usually turmeric, but there's other things that are available just to help, because sometimes you try a couple different things.
Yeah, and then depending on anything, and it sounds like when it comes to pain relief, depending on what the problem is, doesn't necessarily have to be pain medicine. Sometimes if it's something like a contusion, a serious sprain or strain, you can get away with ice or heat or both, or a combination of. So that's
acupuncture, acupressure,
all these other things, man. Massage, all that. But like for me, like a lot of my injuries were trauma related from injuries, whatever it was, where there was a contusion, where there's a tremendous lot of swelling. Well, the first thing you want to do is elevate and ice. You want to get that compression out of there, because that's what's causing a lot of the pain. So, once you get that swelling under control, then, you can move on to the heat. But just remember, and always talk to the docs, anything you don't, you can listen to other people's advice. Even though we got RN here, she's a licensed registered nurse, and even though, EMT to take care of basic first aid, like in the ambulance and on the road, we definitely are not telling you do this without medical follow-up. But please listen to your doctors. But hopefully you're gonna do just fine. So you are good to go. And you got a bunch of us here, and both families all of the families that are sending you positive thoughts and prayers. So you are good. What else do we got going on here to bore these people?
I'm typing to Ginger, so it looks.
Okay. Well, then in that case, I will get into something more serious to, let's see. Penicillin was first called mold juice. Well, if that's the case, shit, some of the stuff that was in my fridge when me and, God bless him, my brother Jerry, who's no longer with us, and my other brother Jay all lived together at one time, and us three together. Oof, oof. Let's just say this was back in my let's say drinking days, and we oof. The fridge consisted of about 2 3 week old 4 week old milk, 2 3 week old orange juice, very old eggs, couple beers that were hid all over the place and stuff like that. And the food that was in there, we could have substituted for mold juice because most of it was, I don't think it was supposed to be green. And but you know what? When you're hungry and you're broke, you make do. And just like,
bologna.
oh yeah, yeah, we're talking about food. It's like, slimy bologna, just because it's slimy and has a little odor to it. If you rinse it, you get rid of the slime and some of the odor. And if you put a lot of mustard on it, eat it really fast, you know. So, and then you get that, the milk, little lumpy. Hey, you shake it. Just think of it as cottage cheese milk. It's good. It's now it's a little thicker. Yeah,
He's serious, guys.
this was back in the day. But yeah, good times, good times.
Mm-hmm. Yuck. Yeah, Michael, that's my word.
Yeah, that's her. That's OG's word, man.
Mhm.
Yeah, but oh god, and then that's those crazy days, and yeah, money was hard to come by, and we were doing all these crazy jobs. Um, we I discovered I had no idea what head cheese was. So we were worrying about what we were going to make for lunch. We were going to this work site. Me and Jay were doing drywall at the time, so we were trying to get some lunch together. And he he said, "Hey, just so you know, I got lunch for tomorrow. I'm going to make head cheese sandwiches. Never had it before, And yeah, when it came to cooking and food, now that Jay, he was a wizard. So whatever. So the next day we're at this construction site and we're on like the third or fourth floor, and we're sitting there for lunch, hanging over the edge. There's no railings or nothing. We're just sitting there, and he pulls out these sandwiches, and we got like 3 or 4 sandwiches each, and he hands it to me, and I start chomping away on this thing, and it's like I heard head cheese. This didn't look like cheese, and it didn't smell. And when you bit into it and it was crunching like crazy, what the hell is this? And he goes, you know what head cheese is? It's like the head of a pig that you boil down, and all the skin and everything comes off of it, and it gels together in a solid mass. Then they cut that up into a solid form, head cheese. And so basically, he goes, that crunching and all that's probably parts of gristle and nose and cartilage from the pig. So that's what I was eating.
It's actually good for you.
Oh, it was yummy.
Look, cartilage, and
Mm.
it's good for you.
No, it wasn't good for the dude that was cleaning up below, because as soon as I was trying to choke this down, he told me what it was. I spit it out, which then I looked down and saw the laborers down there trying to clean up the scrap, which didn't appreciate being spit on with head cheese all over them. But yeah, so you know what? You do what you got to do, man. It was either that or go hungry, and we didn't want to be hungry, so we were eating head cheese.
Okay.
So yeah, good times again, man. See, again, the stuff you find out when you tune into the Wolfpack, people.
You ever eat cow's tongue?
No, but one of my favorite shows is Life Below Zero, First Alaskans, all of that stuff about the Athabascans living, the substance lifestyle, and it's just amazing. And I watch it all the time, and I love everything about those shows, from the family makeup to just the love and loyalty within the family unit. Not only the family but the town. I mean, I could watch that all day, all night. I just absolutely love it, love it, love it. And they're like, "Yeah, you hungry? There's a shotgun. go get dinner." And then they're getting caribou, moose, all this stuff. And you hear the first thing they're saying is they want the heart, and then caribou and moose, the tongue is like a delicacy. They fight over it, and you know what? Never had it. back in the day, we used to go to these wild game dinners, and they'd have them at these halls. And sometimes what they would do is like not intermission, but they would have the food, and then they'd take a little break. Then they'd have like another course, but they would have like boxing or some event going on at this place. So we would go to these. And again, when you're half in the bag, what do? When you're in line and you're looking at all of the different meals, and they have, what it is, whether it's alligator or it's buffalo, it would tell you what you're eating until we got up there. And as we'd walk by, we would take the tags. So, no, or we would start changing them around, or we would just take them completely. And people just like, what is this? I don't know. Freaking eat it. And poor Jerry. And well, of course, you know where this is going with the, Rocky Mountain oysters, buffalo balls.
Mhm.
And old Jerry, he goes, what are those? Oh, just I can't remember what we told him they were. But yeah, I mean, so I love stuff like that, man. Just trying new things. And like I've heard on these shows, man, when it comes to certain things like the heart and the tongue, it's a delicacy. So well, hell, I was chomping down a pig's head, cartilage and nose and all that stuff. So if you're hungry enough, you'll eat it.
When I went to Egypt, they serve you scrambled eggs and moch, they call it, which is brain.
Moch.
And I don't know if it was cow, probably sheep brain, because they eat a lot of sheep over there. But it just just had a funny consistency.
Well, it looks like, I mean, you take a
looks like
brain,
brain.
you
Brain is
plop it
soft
down there.
and gray, but they like it. Okay, good. It's probably good for them. They can keep it.
Yeah. Then they break out a chainsaw.
Oh, we're not going to get into Egyptian medicine. You and I've talked about that.
Oh yeah,
We
yeah.
won't do that. How about something a little lighter? Let's see.
Yeah, let's see. We went for, boy, isn't this cheerful?
How about a house cat can reach speeds of up to 30 miles per hour?
Not Susie.
If you if you watch your little kitty charging around the living room when they're feeling lively, the cats are pretty quick, but you won't believe this fun cat fact. They can hit speeds of 30 miles an hour, which is so fast they could beat Usain Bolt in a 200-meter dash. Okay, Usain. But he's got 2 legs. They got 4.
Yeah, well, like I said, Susie's a little bit larger. She's it's her COVID weight. She's actually working on her 70% sleeping time underneath the desk right now. That's why she's not pulling on my headset or on the camera. So life is good.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, man, I appreciate you guys having some fun with us and just passing some time. There's a lot of people. I love the Olympics, and I've been waiting for a long time for this. And saw some of the stuff earlier. Right now, they're showing some replays, so knew it'd be a good time to pop on here, just have some fun with you guys. And there's a lot of people who don't care for sports or Olympics. That's great. And so just try to throw some stuff on here to have some fun. For everybody.
Well, Michael, if I may read,
Sure.
Michael put that he eats calamari, which I do too. Escargot, some people really like that. Scrapple, which is the cow's brain.
Scrapple.
Head cheese.
Head cheese. Wait, who?
Frog leg.
Wait, Michael had head cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, and there you go, brother. Yeah. And you're saying yuck to my lumpy milk and my slimy bologna. I'm telling you, slimy bologna. You just rinse, wipe, scrape, squeeze, rinse. Yeah, it's not the best. But,
but Ginger likes our variety of conversations that we're having.
Oh, you like that, Ginger?
Yeah.
See that?
From cats to back pain to eating cow brains, only here. Only Manny.
There you go, man. We keep you interested. We are going to help you in so many different ways. And it's all that's
listening to these things, you're going to forget about your back pain.
Yeah, you could be like, how's your back? Back? Oh, that's right. Shit.
That hurts.
Yeah, we were just talking about cow brains and chainsaws and head cheese. Scrapple.
Never heard scrap. I haven't heard the word, but I knew what it was.
Scrapple.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So like I said, it's just nice, kind of nothing. No, we are serious. We have enough stuff going on, and there's going to be plenty of time when we're dealing with topics that aren't fun. There's going to be plenty of times when we're going to be talking about things that are very painful and very hard to talk about. By doing this, by letting whoever is watching see, it's okay to laugh. It's okay to have fun, man. Don't feel guilty about not thinking about recovery 24/7. Don't feel guilty about, I shouldn't be enjoying myself after all the shit stuff I've done in the past and the terrible things I've done. And I should be, no, you should be doing, be happy where you're at. Be happy with yourself in the recovery and where you are as far as that goes. And then enjoy yourself, enjoy your life, enjoy your family, your friends, all the things that we took for granted that we didn't do then, enjoy it now. So, like I said, like just silly things like this. Yeah. You know what? Pointless, meaningless. Yeah. Yeah, it is. But you know what it's doing? Making you forget for that short time about some of the painful things that are going on in our lives. So, just enjoy it and just enjoy, have some fun. That's all. Just have some fun because, as we know, the shit is not going to go away, but either are we. So, even though the times are tough, we're tougher and we stand together and there's nothing we can't get through. So, love you guys and let's have some more fun. All right.
Out of here. It sounded like you were wrapping up. My apologies.
See how she's so in tune with everything that's happening. Are we done?
Are we done yet?
Yeah, good thing.
Are we there yet?
One thing that she had to learn quick is a live mic, a hot mic. It's like, well, thank God this shit's over. Fuck. But we're still on. Oh, we're still on. Yeah. How you doing? Yeah, this is great. Why didn't you tell me we were still on? We still on now? Yeah, we're still on. Do you think they heard anything? No. Yeah, your mic's up full blast. They didn't hear a fucking thing.
At least I'm keeping it clean.
Shit. I mean, yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, the people are just chiming in right now. Oh,
Well,
yeah.
actually, we've had a number of conversations. You'll see them later. Just so you know, when you do write stuff, Manny does actually take time to read all your comments later. And then he gets his own chuckles later.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And like I've said, I am not ignoring anyone. Please don't think so. Just that I just enjoy chatting. And even though it's almost, I wish it was open line where, they had call in and you could hear the person instead of just reading that. If we could do open lines, I would freaking have a field day. I'd never be done. I'd be like, where's Manny? He's doing live. Well, he was on there yesterday. Well, no, he hasn't stopped. It's like, you know what? I'll be on one of these lists. Longest podcast, 420 days. Who is that? That's Manny. God, he looks different. Well, he's 10 years older.
And he hasn't shaved his beard.
Yeah.
Or his head.
Yeah, luckily I don't have to worry about that. But what else you got?
Okay, just something mild, not slimy. The record for the longest cat is 48.5 inches. Domestic cats are usually considered to be quite small and dainty creatures, but the world's longest cat was a Maine Coon called
Maine Coon.
Yep. Called Stewie, and he measured 48.5 inches. Whereas the record for the tallest cat belonged to Arcturus I don't know who that is, at a whopping 19.05 inches tall.
So look at that difference. 19-inch cat compared to
48.5 inches long.
A friend of mine, I used to work with Rachel, my little sister, had I think that was that her? Did she have one, or did she was telling me about it? Man, these suckers are huge. If Susie, well, that'd be Susie's plan. She probably knocked the shit out of this thing. She's a little dominant, but they are huge and big cats. But
Ginger Lynn had a Maine Coon at 35 pounds.
Who?
Ginger Lynn on the.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Well, there you go. Well, okay, then let's see. We're doing a cat thing here. Cats are very musical. They're musical creatures. Really? Much like birds, cats make many different noises. Cats make up to 100 sounds, whereas dogs make 10.
Oh, I like dogs.
Let's see.
Tell them up. Oh, gotta go. Bye, Mike.
Mike. Hey, Mike, thanks for
Yeah, right.
popping in, man. You have a great day. Hope you and your family are doing well. And we will see you next time, brother. But thank you for popping on with us.
Okay, for cats, talk about this the tower in Scotland.
I saw something in there.
Oh.
There's a tower in Scotland which has been built in commemoration with a cat named Towser.
Mhm.
The tower is a celebration of all the mice that she had killed in her lifetime. And how many is that, you ask?
Over 30,000. That's a lot
Over
of mice.
3,000. So how many was that?
3,000.
30,000. And yes, that's a lot of mice. Yes. Okay. The world's longest desert. Not there. Great. Yeah, the Great Wall of China is not visible from the moon.
I
So
always
quit
thought it was.
asking.
Yeah.
No, it's not. And speaking of which, Australia is wider than the moon. I can sleep tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I was up all night, man. Is Australia wider than the moon? You know what? I don't think so. Well, we got to find out. You know.
Tell them how cats walk. You got that one?
I don't know.
Number 6.
Nope.
Cats walk like camels and giraffes. If you've ever noticed, cats walk like, well, like not that I've seen a whole lot of camels or giraffes. Of course, I did see a lot of camels in Egypt, and they're actually on the highway. They just walk anywhere they want to walk. Whatever. This tidbit of information.
Tidbit.
Anyway, their walking sequence is both right feet first, followed by both left feet. So they move half their body forward at once, which seems now I'm going to have to watch. I can't say that I've ever watched a cat or a giraffe or a camel, actually, for that matter. But now I'm going to have to watch.
So you weren't paying attention to a camel walking down a freeway?
Well,
didn't you think that was kind of weird?
Not in Egypt.
Oh, hey, is that a camel walking down the freeway?
Oh, they have a whole bunch of them.
Uh-uh.
But it's not like cows in India. The traffic doesn't want to stop. Cows in India, you can't run into them. But camels, they got to take care of them because they'll run them bad boys over. But they put a dent in your car.
Oh, boy. Well, you know what? I'm running out of stuff here. Yeah. And I think people are just like the ones. I think everyone's gone. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Is anyone still there? Anybody?
Ginger Lynn's here, and Carol's probably still here. She's a trooper.
Yeah, right now they're like this.
Well, they might be getting ready to watch the have dinner and then go watch the Olympics.
What time is it? It's
almost 6 o'clock.
I think they come on. They don't come on until what, 7 or 8? I don't think. I don't know.
Oops! Somebody responded.
Uh-oh.
What'd you say?
See, I'm not getting anything here.
Ginger looks like she's fighting him solo.
What's that?
Okay, Ginger, you're hanging in there with us. You're a good girl.
So it's just
you're
Ginger.
All right.
All right. Just see that?
No, there's somebody else, but they're not saying anything.
The tough.
I can tell.
Well, I thought there was some more, but I think we buzzed through.
Well,
human teeth are the only part of the body that cannot heal themselves.
There's more to it than that, isn't it?
Well, I don't know who printed these out. Oh, that's right. Isn't there more to this? Yeah, here she's over here going, well, what, don't you read the rest of it? Well, isn't there more? This is all you gave me. Yeah, it's my fault. We'll read the rest of it. Interesting facts for adults. That's what she gave me.
Okay, well, cats outnumber dogs as pets in South America. Like anybody cares. Well, the huge amount of 73 million pet cats as opposed to 63 million dogs. So over 30% of the homes in South America own a cat as a pet. Just so you know, if you ever go to South America, you're going to see a lot of cats. And since I already brought up Egypt, there's a lot of cats in Egypt, but there's a lot of rats and mice, and those cats are happy because they are very busy.
What was that about? There's not a lot of cats in China? Or is that in a Chinese restaurant or something?
Does that go along with the calamari and the Scrabble?
No.
And the escargot? I don't know.
The longest time someone has spent holding their breath.
Oh, my God.
All right. This is bizarre. Okay, Ginger, since you're the only one that's left.
there's somebody, but
Um,
talking.
just take a guess here. What is the longest that someone held their breath underwater? No, obviously holding their breath. So no tanks, no snorkeling, underwater, free diving, held their breath. So we'll start the timer and we will. But what is the longest? When I saw this, it was like, it can't be. But it was on the internet, so it's got to be true. You know,
Tell them.
I'm waiting for
Oh,
Ginger
she got
Lynn.
3 minutes and 48 seconds.
Did she really?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing, man.
You are good, girl.
You're getting up there. 3 minutes, 40. What was it?
48 seconds.
Well, Ginger, you're wrong. In fact, the longest someone has spent holding their breath underwater is 24 minutes and 37 seconds. I call bullshit. But it was on the internet, so it's got to be true. I mean, I've seen these free dives before, and it's freaking incredible. They have these flippers on there as tall as you, and they jump in, and they got a tow line. It's anchored to the bottom or different depths to the bottom of the ocean or wherever. And they are up top, and they start their breathing techniques. And next thing you know, down they go. No tank, no nothing. Just deeper and deeper and deeper until a certain depth. Then they're down there. No, screw that, man. And but you see someone underwater for 20 freaking 4 minutes, just kind of hanging out looking at you. When they do come up, I think I may have to just shoot them. Because that ain't right.
Unworldly.
Yeah.
Otherworldly.
So next thing you know, I'll be on the news. Like, yeah, man breaks world record and then is shot dead by Manny, because he thought he was like a freaky alien or something like that. So
Ginger had to be awake 24 minutes and how many seconds?
The longest someone spent holding their breath was 24 minutes and 37 seconds. Like I said,
amazing lung capacity.
I'm telling you, man.
That's a record.
And the largest animal in the world is the blue whale. Did you see that shit on the news? I can't remember where it was. They had all these people out, and there were these two young brothers in this boat, and they had, of course, everyone, built-in studios, phone, got the phone going, so they're just videoing their day. And it looked like maybe a 20-foot boat that they were on, and all small boats around out in the ocean. And all of a sudden, up comes a whale, breaches the water, comes down on the stern on the back end of this boat while these two guys were standing there fishing, and lands on the boat and flips it over. They were probably less than 20, 30, 40 yards away or so. It was a short distance. I mean, you could see it happen. So thank God the brothers were in their boat. But man, that's just crazy. But then you think about it, that's their like living room, man. I mean, just like people get pissed off about these sharks that, attack people. They're like, well, we got to kill this shark now. I mean, it's like, why? You went into his house. You broke into his house. If someone walked into your house, you'd bite them too, man. So it's just like that pisses me off, or that you'll hear people that go out into these woods and where there's wild animals everywhere, and they walk out there with like this a camera because they want to take pictures. Oh, I heard there's a grizzly bear out here, and I want to take a picture as he's eating my face. And then, well, no, my friend was attacked by a bear, so now they got to go out and kill 3 or 4 bears. And I'm not sure, now I'm going to get. People are going to be like, well, my so-and-so was out in the woods and something happened. If anyone was hurt or killed, I'm not making light of it. But when you are going out into their element, expect things could happen. If you go out into an ocean and sharks live there all the time, there's a chance you're going to get eaten by a shark or bit by a shark. If you go wandering in the woods and that there's cougars and bears and grizzlies and wolves, just remember that that's their house and you're invading their, so I don't wish anything bad on anybody, but, then all of a sudden you hear the DNRs in there, taking out these bears because they, defend or a mama bear because they were defending a cub, because it's instinct. That's where the term mama bear came from.
But mama grizzly. Yeah, exactly. I had a nurse who used to work with me who's from Australia. And she was saying how just it's normal. Like we would get up in the morning and like brush our teeth. They get up in the morning before they put their shoes on. They always had them on the floor to make sure there's nothing in there because they have spiders that are so poisonous that if they bite you, you've got like moments, minutes.
Well, I worked with a therapist, and God, she was great, man. Her and her husband worked all around the world and some of these places. And the story she was telling me, I can't remember what countries where they were, but kind of the same story where there was no windows in these homes that they lived in. And you'd have flying cockroaches flying in, sometimes flying out, and I can't remember why the windows or whatever reason, but they just didn't have them. And same thing. But the thing is, with them, it was so much scorpions. So you had, like, if you have your washcloth, you wash your face, you throw it down, and you maybe have it over the sink. Well, any warm, moist, or something like that attracts or your slippers, something like that. They crawl into them. So same thing. She used to tell me that you'd have to check for the scorpions. I'm like, no. And then she goes, well, then you got to be careful for the 5-minute mamba. And I'm like, well, I don't even.
Sounds like a dance.
I was like, okay, the macarena, and she's like, no, man, it's a snake. It bites you, and you got 5 minutes, and you die. That's why it's called the 5-minute mamba. So
when I went golfing in Arizona, and not that I'm the best golfer, so sometimes it goes into the don't laugh. It sometimes
she won an award for the most snowmen on her scorecard.
Yeah, well,
so
it's been a while since I golfed, but when I was pretty good for a while. But but my friends that were there said if your ball goes in the rough, just leave it because there are scorpions and snakes. So don't go one of those, because if you ever go golfing, you'll notice that some people, and I won't say who, but will spend moments, minutes, sometimes 5 minutes looking for their ball.
5 minutes, man. Me and the boys, we'd be in there like chopping lumber, man. We were like, hey, plus you find 10, 20, 30. So, hey, you're making money. You lose one, find 10.
Exactly. They're a little dented, but so anyway, so yeah, you just got to know your surroundings.
But yeah, man, then some of the spiders, they were talking about how big some of these suckers were. I was just like, okay, that's it. That's one thing. Me, spiders, no. You want to break into my house with a gun, machete, and all that? I'll take you on with my, naked. You walk in, you walk in with this pet spider in your hand. Shit, who's that naked guy running down screaming like a sissy? Oh, that's Manny. Yeah, someone was chasing with a spider. Oh, so hey, you know what? It is what it is. Rhode Island is the smallest state in the United States.
Okay.
I just figured I'd throw that out there.
Yeah. That's different from a spider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sea otters sleep while holding hands.
Oh, they're so cute.
Well, I think we bored the hell out of everybody, and people are probably never going to watch again.
Sure, they will.
So, it is. We're going to wrap this up, but like I said, usually on Sundays, as I've said, it's usually our days where we have people come on, and it's usually on My Fight Our War. So they will come on Sundays at 6:00, and we'll schedule shows for people that want to share their stories as far as the issues with addiction, no matter what that may be, their recovery, anything that happened throughout that journey. And as we know, man, these stories can be extremely painful. And for all those who do choose to do that, to come on, to share their stories, knowing that it's going to help people know that they're not alone. The biggest thing with addiction, I'm not going to say the biggest thing, but one of the things is it has a way of making people feel like they're alone, and you're not. So please, if you are in a situation where you think you're alone, and maybe you're watching this, but you're not responding, but thank God you're on here. I've said from the beginning, you don't have to post. You don't have to do a video. If you just choose to sit there and be a member on this family, and whether it's My Fight or War or the Wolfpack, and you choose just to observe and watch, that's great. You're getting information from all these different family members who are just incredible people, and you can see that you're not alone. And some of the stories that you may see other people post or other videos that you see other people put on here by guests that we have come on and hear what they've gone through, hear what their families have gone through, you're going to see that you're not alone. And just remember that. So if by chance, you want to do that, come on in any way, hit me up on Messenger. We'll make it happen. If you know somebody, or even think, and if you think that there's somebody with a problem, just the fact that you think that there might be a problem, there's probably is a problem. So please reach out, and don't worry about hurting feelings, man, because this is not a time to hold back. Because if you do that, people die. It needs to be talked about. Addiction, no matter what it is, alcohol, drugs, eating disorder, mental health, no matter what it is, needs to be discussed. It needs to be discussed the same as diabetes, cancer, MS, ALS, everything else. Addiction has to be talked to with the same intensity as that. So we'll leave it at that, folks. We went from cow's brains, tongues, to chainsaws in the crotch, to
a smorgasbord of
ending it with you are not alone. Yeah. And you're part, as long as you're part of this family, you will never be alone. So Ginger, Michael, Carol, whoever else, there's thing saying goodbye. Thank you guys for everything, man. I really appreciate you guys, love you guys, and hope you have a great night. And we'll be back. So you're not done with us. So until next time, keep fighting the good fight, y'all. All of a sudden, I guess. So this city boy all of a sudden turned into some country boy, y'all. So y'all have a good night.